Hello, I'm the 10-minute English teacher. Let's get you exam ready. Today we're thinking about Lord of the Flies by William Golding, and I'm providing you with an analysis of a key quote, teeth and claws. Before we get going, don't forget to like and subscribe. There are plenty of things on the channel like guides to every chapter to help you understand the novel. Okay, my analysis of the key moment, teeth and claws. Now, the first thing we need to do is think about where this appears in the text, the context of the quote. Now, this is said to describe the way the children attack Simon in chapter 9, resulting in his death after he approaches the boys in the darkness on the beach. There were no words and no movements, but the tearing of teeth and claws is written to describe the attacking of Simon, who is mistaken for the beast. Now, we need to think about some analytical things that we can say to show our understanding of this moment. The image of teeth and claws is zoomorphic, and it's used to reflect the way the boys have collectively lost their humanity. So it's a metaphor, and in this moment, the boys are being made to appear like animals. Then the animalistic portrayal of the boys reflects the concept of savagery conquering civilization. What else can we say about this key moment to show our understanding? Well, the idea that we're all capable of evil when driven by fear is communicated to us by Golding in the moment of Simon's death. All of the boys are involved in attacking Simon, who is very much the voice of reason and hope, having discovered that the beast does not exist. Now, one of the things that we can do to show our wider understanding of the novel is show some understanding of the context of it. And here we could say this. The boys, driven by fear and ignorance, commit a collective atrocity. They're all involved in this moment. And the message that we are all capable of committing terrible acts when driven by fear and ignorance, and in Jack's case, strong leaders, was a message Golding wanted to remind his readers of in the years following the end of World War II. We can also link this quote to another part of the novel to show a wider understanding of the text. And earlier on, we have Sam and Eric saying teeth and claws. So there's an ironic echo to this moment later when Golding describes Simon's death. Now, earlier in the novel, Sam and Eric claim to have seen the beast when they come across a dead pilot trapped in his parachute. Now, when they report what they've seen to the rest of the islanders, they claim to have seen teeth and claws. So it's ironic that the boys later become the thing they feared. After all, as Simon said earlier, there is no beast, it's only us. Now, if you get needing to write an essay about power or evil or leadership or fears or violence or savagery or in fact any of the characters, given that they're all involved in this moment, this is a great quote to know to be able to show your understanding of the wider text. Now, if you want to take it further, all you need to do is click the link in the description and you can get a free copy of this worksheet. You can write about the context of the quote, where it appears in the text, provide your analysis in your own words as well as analysis of the contextual link, and you can make a link to the wider text to help you revise and recall this moment. Okay, check out the other videos on my channel. I'll continue to add content. Feel free to ask something you'd like to see me cover in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share and keep revising.